Okay, so birthing a YouTube channel debrief. So 3 weeks ago, I started out of a desperate measure, act of desperate measure, migrating over a body of work that I had created as the Quilly persona. I made readily available letters to Congress, letters to the executive branch, letters to the judiciary, letters to SCOTUS, because I wanted to believe in the power of my voice and the power of a democratic voice. And it was cathartic. So birthing this channel 3 weeks ago, the first week was getting strikes and being removed, and then appealing because, oh, husband's home, because the YouTube bot thought I was a bot and I was stealing my own work, which I'm grateful for, because that was a protection for a significant body of work that's represented in the directory that is in my YouTube channel description. So yeah, this is immersive. There's more to talk about. I'm gonna kind of break it down and just address that. The first week was fighting with the YouTube audit bot. Fighting's not the right word, but I had to appeal. Okay, so birthing of the Quilly channel. Okay, so the next thing about birthing this channel is equipment, right? I'm doing this on the cheap, trying to get some value. I found that the big swinging mic, $30 mic, made a big difference. But then I'm in a living, working kitchen. There's a freezer, there's a computer hum, there's my refrigerator hum. And that required learning a little bit about filtering. It's like, my husband's helpful. He's, I call him subclinical polymath. He got me the microphone knowing a great deal about sound, but he's giving me enough rope to hang myself with. he's giving me the free rein, right? Just bumping me a little here and there to help out, and not step on my creative process, I guess, whatever. So then, okay, trying to find free software. Working with the Windows 10, it's telling me that, I've lost security updates or whatever. The C drive was full. I had to go dig and find an external hard drive and use that. It's like, fine, okay. I had a terabyte hard drive in the drawer that wasn't being used for anything since I'm unemployed. So kind of got myself to where I can make some acceptable quality videos. So what do I do next, right? Okay. Birth of a channel part 3, I guess. Figured out that I had to learn a little bit about the sound, and then software, finding free software. So those ducks are in a row. Now it's, how do I unpack this body of work that I created and made available, right? It's a significant work product. The directory, the toolbox that's in the directory, that link is in the description for this channel. I poured my heart and soul into it. And the reason I did that work is because I believe that we have a voice in our nation. I I believe that that is part of the hardwiring of who the United States is as a concept. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. But I also knew that there needs to be a path from ignorance to empowerment. How do you get there? I'm introvert by nature, but you give me a job to do, I'm going to kick its ass. And I needed a job to do. And there is no better job than trying to create a better world for my grandkids, than trying to create a sense of sanctuary for our vulnerable ones. It was a hard path when my mom passed, but my goal was to get her to a soft landing. I succeeded. Our elderly deserve soft landings too. Our grandchildren deserve the opportunity to explore their potential. And that needs a truly democratic system to happen. So, content creation, creating my library, creating something that had value if you actually come to the channel, Kitchen Table Civics with Quilly. That was the next step. Okay, so we're going to watch my hair dry as we go through this. This is part 4. There was birthing the channel, the concept, and realizing that this is a project that has been over 1 year in the making. So the content creation can come pretty fast and furious if I just learn a graceful way of presenting it to you. The equipment, the software, the learning how to freaking do a little bit, because I can learn whatever I want to learn, right? Then I'm learning, I'm looking at it, and it's a deep hole it's a subculture. I'm looking at how to do some of this stuff, and then the feed from YouTube. Yeah, it's its own current, subcurrent, riptide almost, pulling at you at the monetization, the presentation, and you know what I like? I like to watch on YouTube. I like to watch lectures. I like to watch experts present their findings. I like to watch the interviews where they discuss it and the dialogue. I've watched the podcast. I've watched all of that, but you know what? I don't want to be spoon-fed my ideas. Let me get the basics. Let me get the source information. Let me chew on that for a while. And so there's not a whole lot of content creation advice for this approach. So here I am, making it up as I go along. Okay, so part 5. Birth the channel, have the channel deactivated, appeal the channel, learning how to present information, learning how to fluff the information. But how do I organize it? That's my next priority. In the descriptions for videos, you have 5,000 characters. I can give you my video presentation, and then I can fill in the blanks, fill in the holes that I left with my presentation in the description. But I have to learn a little bit about how to let YouTube do what it wants to do and still meet my goals. Because my goal right now is illuminating a path from ignorance to empowerment. That's the journey a lot of us need to make. So playlists, I think I have like 1,000 characters. I can describe and give context for a playlist I create. I can use the strategies, for recommendations for reinventing 21st century democracy that's been thoughtfully examined and presented. I can use those as topics for my playlists. I can present my letters of activism as a reading. I like content that is experts presenting their findings, discussing them. I can't put a book on YouTube, but I can put the author's book tour interview where they're telling the audience what they feel is most important about that book. And it's free. We can use YouTube as a tool for learning. And can I create some value using YouTube as a tool? I hope so. Okay, I have really resisted learning how to edit, y'all. But talking to the camera over this birth of a channel, I've realized that may be the crystallization of what I'm trying to do, to find a pathway from ignorance to empowerment and hopefully share that journey. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's do this.